estás? Hello everyone, today we're turning into Winifred from Hocus Pocus, and I'm using only Made You Look body paints today, just because that's what I had at the moment, and I didn't feel like switching between like 7 palettes just to kind of create this. So I'm just starting off with doing pretty much all of the body paint first. I'm doing green. This is Shamrock, so I'm just doing that kind of everywhere. And if you're wondering why I left a gap at the top, it's because I'm going to put black there, so we kind of have like an effect of like the collar is popped on her outfit. So, and I'm using a black background for the pictures. Not here, but like when I take the pictures and what's in the thumbnail, the black should like kind of blend in with the background. And then I'm taking grape and doing some of that there, and just putting the blush on the exact apples of my cheeks because she just has them very front and center. And then I put down a red lipstick. I should have left it at that. At some point, it takes me a while to figure out, I somehow moved and got, oh, there we go, I figured it out, hold on. Alright, that's all cleaned up. I realized I got some paint on my neck, but I'm taking some green shadows now from NYX's Swear By It palette, and I'm just starting to make some depth into our entire jacket. So yeah, always make sure when you're body painting that the paint has dried before you start looking or moving crazy, because otherwise the paint's gonna get where you don't want it to get. So yeah, just putting that green kind of everywhere, pushing that kind of down. You can see that my Swear By It palette is nearly dead. So yeah, just going kind of everywhere with the dark green, then kind of going into the lime, kind of trying to make some areas pop and try to push certain areas further back and whatnot. And then I'm going in with a different shade of green. Realized that wasn't doing enough, so I went in with black from the Morphe Abby Roberts Artistry palette. But there is normally a black in the Swear By It palette, so it's the only one I'm really crediting for this look. It's pretty much the only one I used. I just ran out of black, so I had to use another palette. So going in with some more lime onto the lovely shadows, and then taking a darker purple, and then just kind of making some shadows on kind of like the wrinkles here. And then I'm taking a mixture of sunflower and bone tone to do the laces over the corset kind of piece that Winifred wears here. And now I'm going in with just sunflower to kind of create the necklace, so trying to make those types of like areas pop, using the blue, I don't remember the name of it, sapphire and grape, just to finish out the necklace here. I plan fully to use like highlights and pink shadows to kind of make it a little bit closer. And then I'm using black and kind of brown shadows to do some shading on the laces. I'm just kind of going back and forth. You kind of can't really see it because I need to lean forward, look in the mirror, so it kind of disappears when I'm doing this piece. But that's what I'm doing, is just adding in shadows. And then I decided to go in with bone tone and some sunflower to do the kind of spike jeweled kind of thing that she's got going on around the edges of the jacket. Now I'm going in with those same two colors and kind of doing the symbols. Of course, it's because I did it over, this is all with using water activated body paint. When you lay that on top of things, it reactivates the paint underneath. So you kind of have to build up the colors to try getting them sort of what you want. And I tried doing using some shadows. They were not the right shadows, so I go over this several times. And then just on the sleeve, she's got her lovely flowers, so just kind of recreating those. I'm not going so in depth on these because I know most of it's not even be showing up in the pictures, but I wanted to still do some of it while I was working on this piece. So that's what I'm doing here. And then now I think I'm trying to figure out which color I wanted to use for the overtone, or like what I was going to do here. And you can see it just doesn't work out the way that I was intending it to work. Like, that's not the right shade. I didn't like it, so I ended up going back over this with paint later and you'll see that in just a second here. Here we go. So taking sunflower and just going over that, because I was like, this is not right. This is not what I want it to look like. So everyone's guessing what I'm drinking. I've tried making Pepsi using my soda stream, but I don't think I have any carbonation, so it's basically just Pepsi flavored water is what I was drinking while streaming. So yeah, just going over everything with sunflower, just kind of make it pop a little bit more. And of course, after this, adding a little bit of that sunflower into the kind of jewels around the edges of the outfit. And then we're going in with our highlight. This I didn't actually end up going over top of with another color. I just kind of like how it looked with the white. Normally I don't, but this one I did. Just because it kind of seemed like looking at the promo pictures for Winnie, that's just kind of how it looked. So I kind of did that kind of everywhere, except for the flowers on the sleeve. I decided to leave those without the highlights, because for some reason I thought this would look better. And then taking some more black and green again, just kind of make some areas pop more and kind of push certain areas back. So like what's kind of technically over my shoulder, that's not my shoulder, but in here is my shoulder, kind of gives some more wear and tear to the jacket, kind of make that look better. A little bit more black underneath where that collar spot is. Then we're adding in a light green in some spots, putting in a little bit of shading underneath the buttons. Then we're putting some shading between the jacket and my skin, so it looks like I'm wearing it versus it being one with my skin. And then adding some black in just a few choice spots, very tight on that, so that way it stands out against my skin, but not in a really dark, unrealistic way. So now we are doing our shading and highlights onto our necklace, trying to make that look as realistic as possible, even though we're not actually wearing the jewelry. I actually really like how this necklace turned out. So using a bunch of different tones here from that Swear by It palette and the Abby Roberts Artistry palette, and then just adding in some more shading underneath the necklace, so that way it looks like it's popping out with blacks, and then just a really light tan tone. And then just adding a little bit more shading and whatnot into that collar, trying to make it look like it's popped up a little bit more off of my skin. Putting some more shadows in my hair. Winnie's hair is not just one color, it's got many different tones, so I was trying to replicate that as best as I could. And she's like the only sister in the movie that kind of has lashes, but also like not, so I put my most naturalish looking ones on that I have. Just blending out that highlight that I put on the collar there, put a little bit more on the shoulders to kind of make that look like that's the top of my shoulder, even though it's really not. And then from there, just making sure that all the details look good from where I'm looking at it. So just pushing a few more things back, making the inner corner of my eyes kind of more sunken in based off looking at some of the promo photos. And then I tried putting a different red on top, and I ended up leaving some mess on it. So you'll notice in the pictures I kind of fixed that to match kind of how it was supposed to look. But just don't cover your whole lips. That's pretty much all it is. And that's pretty much the entire look. I hope you guys all enjoyed this. I do stream body paints every Saturday over on Twitch. Give this video a big old like, subscribe to see more in the future, and I'll see you guys all next time. Okay, bye!